Hello, welcome again today for this one. We will talk about regular expression. Now, what is a regular expression? Regular expression na a text where you write them, if you use them to identify text inside another text, or na expression where you write them to identify some particular text inside a text. So, for example, we consider this screen here, right? This text here, this one. We want to identify some particular text inside. This one also na text, but in this context here, in our questions, we will use them. The question we get here now say, one use a word that must be at the start of a sentence. So in this case, this one, even this one too, if we consider this one, but we will focus on the question itself alone. And then the next question we will deal with now, a word that must be at the end of the sentence. So in that case, we want to identify earth, identify ice, and maybe sentence, text. Right. Now, before we continue, this free software, regex101.com, as you see the site. On this site here now, the various languages where if you use them, by default, just by opening the app, it just takes us to this one, PHP. Now, we just want to see how the thing they work. So the type of language choice will be one matter right now. So we just leave it as a B for PHP. If you change to any language, the difference in the syntax with the language you can get, the difference be very small. So just for the learning sake, the language of choice no matter to know how to use regular expressions. Okay, then if we look here on this app, at least na their website, na their site this way, we follow them for Twitter, if you donate to them here, if you sponsor them, if you want to contact them, if you give them any feedback, report any bug if you see any. If you find more on the Wikipedia, then check more way big day, updates and so on. And here, this plane or this pane, right, it be out now to explain, self-explanatory as they type our code. You go. See, they tell us certain things, but we'll not be interested in it now. And then this one, similar, we'll not be interested in it now. The one we'll be interested mostly at this area. As you see here, we'll get all token. I can maximize the screen. As you see here, we'll get all token. And then all token be grouped into common tokens, general token, anchors, meta, quantifiers, group, construct, character classes, flags, modifiers, substitution, just for simplicity's sake. So if you look here critically, now then that in their number, they did plenty. But we don't get time to go on all of them, or we don't even get the time to explain each one individually how they function. What you will do now, say, we will take one example, like this example we'll get here. By solving this problem, we'll consult the respective type of regex we'll need them here. So now we'll just go then with the figure out as they work. So the first question I say, identify a word that must be at the start of the sentence. If we look here, start of string, end of string. So if we want to identify a string where the start will be at the start, we use this one. So therefore we use here, we type there that sign. You see, it take our cursor there. Then next, one identify words, right? And this thing tell us any here, any word character, one or more of a, this plus. So any or more, so any word character will do like this: backslash w, small w, backslash small w. As you see there, you don't identify the first letter. Now if we put plus sign, as you see here, explain here, one or more of the character in question, and our character in question now a word character. So you put plus, so you take all the word character away there until the context change to space, as you see. Now we get space, but maybe what will be interested right now. So that's it. We already identify word where you start at the start of the sentence. We get life, we get we get a, right? Again, this one I just question, but our text this we want actually work on. Okay, then the next question I say what is say, may we identify a word that must be at the end of a sentence. So if we look back again here, there, end of string, that one. So we'll go here, we say we get type there that sign, dollar sign, and what next? We'll find word character where they appear at the end. Any word character. So, and word character be identified by backslash small w. So right there, backslash small w. That's it. And then, but because we need all the words at the end there, so we plus just like we did before. You see, it capture earth, it capture ice, capture sentence here too. You know, capture text here. If you guess why, because we get a dot here. If we remove this dot, it will capture this one. There, you see. We don't remove the dot, you don't capture them too. Okay, so now we don't solve this one. We don't write regex expression where if you capture word at the start and at the end. Now the last one, a word that must start with E and ends with E and must also be somewhere within the text. So in this case, this word the way we define them, existence. So how we do that one? If it get to be somewhere within the text, it means say it will most obviously get space before it start. So, and the space be identified by, we check here, space there, any white space character. So backslash s. Now back space. Ooh, looks dirty, right? But maybe not a good style to start this way, will be confusing to us. We will start with, say, the word must start with E. So why not just write E? We get E, then plenty. And then the say, so since being in the middle, now you will put that backslash S now. Yeah, there we go. So we don't capture, you see, backslash and then that E, backslash E, backslash and then E, backslash, oh, backslash S and then E. So space E, space E, space E, space E, space E, space E. And then, because we say it must start with E and end with E, so since we do E or C, so we get many other letters here before that E. So the easy way now to put another, to capture all of them again as we saw before, any word character. There, any word character. So if we do like this, \w plus, it capture all the words. Now it capture existence, earth, ears, eyes, and ends. But we'll be interested in the one that ends with E. So if we put there E, now it reduced to existence and eyes. Again, our question, I say it must start with E and end with E. So this is not ending with E, it's ending with S. So since this already E at the end, then the next one, as you can see, also see the space. So we'll capture that space, and that space is captured by this one, the \S, \S, like that. So it will get one match there. Okay, one match. Now, if you see here, this thing would give you the explanation on how the thing they go. Okay, but will not be so interested in that one right now. And the same thing to here, more explanation. So we don't capture what we want. This first sentence, word at the beginning, word at the end, word in the middle that starts with E and end with E. Like that, we don't finish this one. Again, playing today to learn. The best way to learn are just to answer a solve real question like we try to do now. Thank you. All right. Hello. Welcome to this session today. Today we are going to be talking about regular expressions. What are regular expressions? In a very simple way to understand, regular expressions are texts written to extract specific texts from texts. Right? You write a text to identify a text in a text. That's just it. The text now is read as expression. The one that you write is called expression because it's usually very short. That is used to identify, huge, little, or huge or varying amount of information. So we are here on a free online resource called regex101.com. As you can see, this is their Twitter account. You can follow them, can donate, can sponsor them, contact them, report any feedback, wiki. It's a very good application because it just shows you how to use regular expressions. Just copy part of the text or something of that sort, bring it on here, paste it, and then play over. To me, this is a very beautiful online resource. All right. Here we have different types of languages. Now we are just focused with the default, that is PHP. Since we are just learning, any language doesn't matter because the same thing applies for all of the languages except of very small differences due to the syntax of the various languages. Here we have some explanation, pain. We are not going to be focused more on that. Here some match information. Again, we're not going to talk much on that. This is where our focus is. If you look here, all token, click here. Let me zoom it out a little bit. If you zoom it here, you will see variety of them in their number. Now this website has grouped them into general token, the one that are most frequently used, general token, common tokens, anchor, meta sequence, quantifiers, group construct, character classes, flags, modifiers, substitution, and so on. Okay, let's just put it back here on common tokens. Now, we won't spend a lot of time going into each of the types of regex individually. Rather, we'll solve 3 questions here and then we'll apply them and see how it goes. I believe that if you can use it to solve one problem, at least the basic, you can solve even more complicated ones, practicing more. Okay, let's go. Here we want to identify a word that must be at the start of a sentence. In this case, life, we, a. Actually, this is the text we want to be working on. This one are just our questions. Okay, then to identify the word, it means that if the word must be at the start of the sentence, there should be an expression that says that, and this is it, start of string. So we write this sign, it's called the caret sign. You can see our cursor is already there. And then followed by the words that are there. To identify the word, we use any word character, which is backslash small w. So right there, backslash small w. Now it picks one. It picks the first letter, and we have many letters. So it will put a plus sign as it shows somewhere here. Here, one or more of is, or one or more of the character in question. And the character in question here is any word character. So the plus captures everything until the end of the word. And basically that's it. We have written a regular expression that can capture a word that appears at the beginning of any sentence in a text. So it captures this. Those are the words that will capture. Then let's go now to a word that must be at the end of the sentence. To be at the end of the sentence, if you look here, it says the end of the sentence, end of string, must have this dollar sign. Okay, so dollar sign identifies end of the string. So you will go here, we'll write dollar sign. You can see our cursor is already here. Make it a little bit bigger. Our cursor is already here, 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 and here. Okay, then because it's at the end, this string will always, this particular dollar sign has to be at the end of our expression also. So now we are capturing, we want to capture the word. Okay, so any word character, now we write backslash W. And if we put a plus sign, it captures all the, you can see, all the words there, there, F, ice, sentence, sentence. So that is it basically. Now, the third one, a word that must start with E and end with E and must also be somewhere within the text. So now, if we look at it again, let's delete this one. So if it has to start with E and end with E and must be in the middle, it must be somewhere within the text, it means that there's probably there should be an E, and before that E there should be a space, and we saw that to identify space here is here any white space character. So we'll take here backslash small s. You see, so it has identified this one, existence, earth, ice, and ends. Then, and the E itself. Now, what about these other ones there? We've seen that to identify them or to capture them, we use backslash W, small w, then you will put a plus, make it greedy, make it a little bit aggressive to capture more of what it sees on its track. And then, so it captures these ones, but we are interested in the ones that end with E. So this one, then in that case, we'll put E there. It takes us to here, here. But then, if it has to end with E and must be in the middle of the text, therefore, there should be a space. And that space is also, as we already saw, is identified with \s. So there we go. Now we've captured the word existence. So even if you replace now the word existence with any other characters, like let's say some jargon there, you see, we keep on picking it so long as it starts with E and ends with E. So there we go. That is it for this short learning exercise. So we've identified words that start with that must start at the sentence, at the beginning of the sentence, word that must end or must be at the end of the sentence, and then word that can be anywhere but must start in a specific way that we want. In this case, must start with E and ends with E. Thank you very much.